Hello and welcome to FPL Weekly by Soccer Talk. This is our first team draft ahead of game week 1 for FPL 21-22 season. So before this we have made two videos on our top 5 series for top 5 premium, mid-budget and low price defenders, and next we will be doing the same for the midfielders and the forwards. But for now we'll just continue with our first team draft and without further ado, let's just get right into it. So in the goalkeeping department, I'm not going to invest too much on them. I'm going to go with one lowest budget keeper, and the other which will be playing all the time will be a mid budget, that is 4.5 million goalkeeper with Sanchez, who plays for Brighton. Last night he got injured, but the reports are he will be back till the start of the season. So if you take a look at Brighton's last season stats, they were the fifth fewest chances created from the right and the center, and the third fewest chances created from the left. The Seagulls had the third lowest expected goal allowed (XGA) last season and considered the third fewest headed goal attempts. Only Man City and Chelsea considered fewer headed goal attempts than Brighton. So if you also take a look at the Brighton's fixtures, you can see for a 4.5 million goalkeeper up till game week 8 there are only two red fixtures, that is against Everton and Leicester City. The rest all are mostly green fixtures, that is Burnley, Watford, Everton, Brentford, Leicester, Crystal Palace, Arsenal and Norwich. So I think he will be one of the most selected goalkeepers in FPL for the start of the season. So I'm going to go with Sanchez. My next choice will be a differential one. I'm going to go with Begovic, because we all know the defensive or the goalkeeping bows of Everton's Pickford, and I think Begovic, if given a chance, can secure that top spot ahead of Pickford. So at 4.5 he is a very good asset. Then in the defense, I'm going to go with 4 nailed on options, and my fifth one will be a lowest price, that is 4.0 million defender and Manchester United Williams, who played rarely last season for Man United, but I think he's on the radar of many other Premier League clubs for a loan move. He has been linked with Southampton, who would be ideal replacement for Wright Burton, who joined Leicester City in a free transfer. He mainly plays as a left back but can also play as a right back. This makes him an attractive option if he ends up joining the Saints. The fact that he can cover both the sides increases his chances, that is his playing chances. The interest in him is from Ralph Hasenhuttl, who also tried to sign the fullback last season but was unable to do so. Other than that, Norwich and Newcastle United are also interested in the Manchester United fullback. So if he gets a loan move away from Manchester, I think he will be a very good defensive option at 4.0 million. So next up is Sofal. Actually, I was going to go with an Everton defender because they have a very good run of fixtures, and in the West Ham team too, all the 4 West Ham backline, 3 or 4 West Ham defenders could be selected, but there are better stats of Aaron Cresswell than Sofal. In fact, Cresswell set piece duties over Sofal make him a very good asset. The former had slightly better XA per 90 over the Czechs with 0.17 to Sofal's 0.14. Cresswell averaged 1.6 key passes per game to Sofal's 1.3, with half of those coming from the set piece duties. But it is fairly to say that Sofal's open play threat is clearly greater than Cresswell's, and that's the reason I'm going to go with Sofal, and he's priced 0.5 million less than Cresswell too. He's priced at 5.0 million, so I'm going to go with him. Then next up is Ben White he recently joined Arsenal. That is, last season he played with Brighton, and Brighton had kept a couple of clean sheets, and Arsenal too last season were, I think, 3rd or 4th in the defensive section and were sturdy at the back. And I think with 1 or 2 additions this season too, I think they won't lose their defensive structure, defensive shape. They have been lackluster up front, but I think their defensive rigidity will remain the same. So if you take a look at the fixture list, there are only 2 reds in almost first 11 game weeks, and 7 to 8 of them are green. So Brentford, Chelsea, Man City, Norwich, Burnley, Tottenham, Brighton, Crystal Palace, Aston Villa. So I think they have one of the best run of fixtures, and I think with a couple of more additions, Arsenal would surely be one of the best defensive teams in first 10 game weeks. Then I'm gonna go with Manchester City's Diaz ahead of Stones. Even though Stones has better defensive stats than Diaz and is slightly cheap, I think Diaz is their mainstay in defense. He is the reason why they took a title charge last season when they were falling short, and I think he will be key again this season. And if you take a look at their fixtures, the first I think 2 or 3 fixtures are little. First fixture is against Tottenham, then 4 fixtures are winnable ones against Norwich, Arsenal, Leicester, Southampton. Then there are 2 red against Chelsea and Liverpool. Even if they have a little tricky run of fixtures, you can't bet against Man City to keep loads of clean sheets in this run of fixtures. So I'm going to go with DS. You got to have at least one Man City asset in your team, and I think De Bruyne won't start at the season. I think he might miss 1 or 2 game weeks. They are also trying to sign Jack Grealish. We'll see that in the midfield. So I'm going to go with Diaz here. Then I'm going to go with here Robertson ahead of Trent Alexander-Arnold. I think Robertson was the top defender, FPL points getter in defenders last season, though Alexander-Arnold created loads of chances, but at 0.5 less than Alexander-Arnold, I think Robertson too this season will create and give loads of points for FPL managers. And many of the FPL managers are thinking on doubling up on Liverpool assets defenders because of their very good fixture run, but I think one is sufficient if you take a look at their fixtures. So they have Norwich, Burnley, Chelsea, Leicester, Crystal Palace and Brentford in their first 6. Then they have Man City, Watford, United, Brighton. So in first 6 they can keep at least 3 to 4 clean sheets, and Robertson, as you know, has a wonder of a left foot on him and can get good attacking returns too. So moving into midfield, I've got 4 guaranteed first team starters and 5 guaranteed first team starters. One is the lowest priced midfielder in Bissouma, who's priced at 4.5 million. Is Bissouma, if you take a look at his stats, he plays as a central defensive midfielder. The Milan racked up the most minutes, that is 3,111 last season from all the 4.5 million midfielders, and posted some fairly good numbers for a budget midfielder. In 35 starts, he managed 42 shots, 3 shots on target, 7 shots in the box, and also created 16 chances and 1 big chance. He has scored a solitary goal in each of his last 2 seasons, and Bissouma loves a shot and has the most shots on goal from all the 4.5 million midfielders. The Brighton midfielder is the perfect bench player for our FPL squads, and when needed, he will get you a solid 2 or 3 points. His security of start means he is a great bench player, and he will likely not change in price too much. And also, I have showed their run of fixtures when we talked about Sanchez. So Bissouma is my will be my first bench player from among midfielders. Then I have gone with Buendia. Aston Villa last season created loads of chances. Aston Villa also had the joint second most chances from counter attacks, that is 24. Jack Grealish, being the most fouled player in the league, gave most attempts from set pieces for Aston Villa, and I think Buendia, if Jack Grealish leaves, will be on set pieces too. No team has created more chances from the left or had more crosses in the opponent's half from the left than Aston Villa. The Villains' attack will surely get another dimension with the addition of Buendia. Aston Villa had the 4th most shots in the box last season, and they have improved their attack this season too. So Buendia last season played in the Championship for Norwich and had a stellar season. He also had he has also played in the Premier League 2 years back when Norwich were promoted, and along with Cantwell, Buendia was one of their start performers. So I think he will get in Aston Villa starting 11 and perform very good this season, and I'm going to go with him ahead of Traore and Leon Bailey, who I think they will sign within 1 or 2 days. Then I'm going to go with Grealish. I think Grealish will be transferred to Man City in the coming weeks. He's priced at 8.0 million, and I think if Man City pay more than 100 million for Grealish, he will be a guaranteed starter for them. And he draws fouls. He is the most foul player in the league. He sometimes is on set pieces. He is the most creative player among the midfielders in the Premier League for 1 and 2 seasons now. So in that Man City side, I think Grealish will be just exceptional along with De Bruyne. They don't have a striker. They have Gabriel Jesus, who Man City don't fancy. So I think De Bruyne will play a false 9, and owners will be on Jack Grealish in for the creative department, because I think the likes of Bernardo Silva will leave the club. So I think Jack Grealish, even if he leaves for City, is the best midfielder option in terms of creating chances. So I'm gonna go with him. Then I'm gonna go with new addition. I'm gonna neglect Bruno Fernandes just because he's priced at 12.5. I'm gonna go with Sancho from Manchester United, who has been tremendous in the Bundesliga for the last 2 or 3 seasons, has also shown his quality in the Champions League, was selected for England in the Euros but didn't get much playing time. But in the Manchester United team that doesn't have a right winger as of now, established right winger, I think Sancho's place in the starting 11 is fixed, and I think on that right hand side, along with Bruno and Pogba in midfield, Manchester United attack is gonna be just lit. I think he'll get loads of assists and goals this season, and he is priced at 9.5 million. If you take a look at Manchester United fixtures, after the game week 7, I think they have 3 to 4 red fixtures, but for the start of the season up till game week 6, they have only 1 red fixture, that is against West Ham United away. So in the first 6 game weeks, I hope he gets loads of attacking returns, and after that we'll just assess the situation, and I might also use the wildcard too. So as of now, I'm going with Sancho in midfield ahead of Bruno Fernandes. So our final asset in the midfield, there's I think nothing to talk about him. He will be the most selected player in the FPL. He has performed day in day out for the last 2 or 3 seasons. He has scored the most number of goals and has most number of points in FPL. So he is none other than the Egyptian king, Mohamed Salah. And moving on to the forwards, I have 2 mid-budget forwards and 1 forward from a promoted team. I'm gonna go with Ivan Toney, who was just tremendous last season in the championship. He has played before in the Premier League just for 12 minutes though. People doubt that strikers from the championship, how they might adapt to the Premier League. Will they be as prolific as they were? If you take a look at Bamford last season, he scored pretty good number of goals and racked up assists too. If you go back 4 or 5 seasons, everyone had doubts about Jamie Vardy too, but for over 3-4 seasons, he has been a consistent point provider, goal scorer. So I think Ivan Toney will do the same. He has been consistent, and he is not a one season wonder. He has played for 2-3 seasons consistently now. He racked up 31 goals and also had a couple of assists in 45 appearances last season in the championship for Brentford. Many of you will think that championship is not up to the standards, but it's very competitive, and I think he will score loads of goals this season. If you take a look at his fixture list, Brentford's fixture list, for first 5 fixtures, they have Arsenal, Crystal Palace, Aston Villa, Brighton. So there are a couple of fixtures where he can give attacking returns. Then he has 4 reds in a row. Then you can transfer him out for Pukki of Norwich, who has a favorable fixture list after game week 6. And that's a pretty decent rotation for forwards. Pukki is priced at 6.4 million, I guess. So moving on to the second forward, I'm going to go with Newcastle's Wilson. Many of the managers have gone for Watkins. Watkins is also a favorable option, but I don't know how Aston Villa are going to manage when Jack Grealish leaves. Barkley is also leaving. I think they might need 2 or 3 game weeks to settle down to get in form. So I'm going to go with Wilson, who in Newcastle team hasn't much changed, and we know how Steve Bruce likes to play, and Wilson is a proper number 9. I think Ryan Fraser and Shant Maxipan will be star performers right from the start this season, and I think Wilson will grab lots of goals and assists this season. I think his target will be 15 goals. I think he'll get more than 10 goals surely. So Callum Wilson looks a little overpriced at 7.5 million, to be honest, for a side of Newcastle stature according to last season. But scoring 124 goals in 2081 minutes last season, Wilson used his injury-stricken minutes productively, very productively in fact. According to our FPL player comparison tool, Wilson scored 5.78 points per 90 minutes. That's better than Patrick Bamford and Ollie Watkins and even Dominic Calvert-Lewin. Only Harry Kane and Jamie Vardy have better points per 90 than Callum Wilson. So I think he's a great forward asset this season. Then our last player for our first draft of the season will be Michail Antonio. Dominic Calvert-Lewin was also a very interesting choice, but he's priced at 8.0 million, and with a manager change in Everton, I think they will also take time to adapt, and I think Richarlison will too be out for the start of the season because of his Olympic ventures. And we know exactly how West Ham United like to play. We know exactly how David Moyes likes to play. Even though they haven't got Lingard this season yet, I think they will secure a move for Lingard in the upcoming weeks. Even if they don't, they have a couple of good players who can replace him. I think Said Benrahma will be a star this season. I think Yarmolenko is back too after his good showing in the Euros. I think all these will contribute to Antonio if he stays fit. He will get loads of assists and goals this season. He always tends to do so, even if you provide him with scrappy chances. So that's my team for this season. That's my team for my first draft of the season for ahead of game week 1 for 2021-2022. So do let me know what you guys think of this team in the comment section below, and I'm sure there will be many changes in this team till the start of the season, and I'll keep you guys updated. I'll try to post every single team on YouTube or on our Instagram. So that's it. I forgot to mention we have 2.5 million in the bank, so we can take any premium assets we want in our team by making 1 or 2 changes, even Kane, even Bruno Fernandes. So for example, if we want Son in our next game week, we can take Grealish out, who is priced at 8.0 million, and take Son in, who is priced at 10.0 million. Follow us on Instagram and Twitter for daily FPL updates, and don't forget to watch our top 5 series videos, and see you in the next one.